I'm so grateful to have my grandparents on the shelf back there with me. My grandmother, amazing village healer. She built schools. She preserved the oral tradition that had been passed down to her and taught to her. My grandfather worked with the British, the Indian, the Pakistani army against Hitler, against the forces of repression, worked in the peace world to make sure that we have the words and the teachings and the philosophy of nonviolence. It's amazing that the two people, these two brilliant people that realized their dreams, realized and brought forward a incredible gift. My grandmother nursed, was a midwife, and was able to help people with so many diseases. For me, she made sure I was a premature baby. My two grandmothers, I was born at my mom's home, and that's my dad's mom. My grandmother's premature, I was so premature, but they knew what to do back in the 70s to make sure my body made it. And miracle after miracle. And for me, the granddaughter of these two, to get into medical school, to go to India, to work in non-government organizations, and then to build schools, work with California Council of Parent Participating Nursery Schools when my kids were young, and then to go on to leading retreats and working with the CEOs and the doctors that I work with privately now. And I am so utterly grateful. When I started my journey, I was not the level of gratitude or the level of humbleness that I have right now in the moment. I want to say that another way. As we're about to jump into a guided meditation together, I want to make sure that you recognize that your grandparents, all of their challenges are still alive within you, as is all of the blessings that they brought as well. And when you're able to tap in to your ancestral wisdom from the inside out, it helps you see clearly through all of the things that are causing you to possibly have false beliefs. I want to say all of that another way before we dive into this guided meditation. You have your body on purpose. Your grandparents, your parents, and everything that's come through you at the highest level, that purpose is to generate joy. Joy for your physical body, joy for the life force that's within you. And usually when people achieve that level of joy within themselves, there is a overflow energy of wanting to give and serve. In my teen years, I had an arranged marriage and a lot of violence in my life until I got into college. I survived an honor killing, right? A very harsh things. Today, I'm so grateful I went through all of that. I understand it at the purpose level. All of that harshness, all of the family stuff I'm going to be, oh, so let me frame this a different way. Because it was shameful that I got divorced and shameful to have had the honor killing, I wanted to do something that caused my family, myself, everyone to see me as a good person. All that happened in childhood, all that happened in those teen years. So everything that I was interested in college, right, got put into, oh my gosh, let me look good. Let me create good. So I went to medical school to earn back the love of my parents and grandparents and to be in service to them. The non-government organization choice was mine. My parents wanted, like all Asian parents, want their kids to be doctors. So on one hand was this perception within myself that everyone was disappointed, didn't like me, wasn't proud. And then all of a sudden, my sister got into medical school, and I saw how proud my parents were and how excited. And I did the miracle magic work to get me into medical school. And oh my gosh, we were still pushing, right? Pushing back and forth. When I started the non-government organization work, much to my parents wanted me to create stability for myself. But I did the non-government organization work. That was a step in my joy. Then to building the schools, a step in my joy, to building out all of the things. And now the person I am is not about appearing good to my parents or worthy or any of that. It truly comes from the core of, this brings me joy, this brings me joy, this brings me joy. When I was over here, when I was in medical school for my parents and in the service world studying, I had an eating disorder. I had a sleeping disorder. I had post-traumatic stress disorder. When I wasn't coming from the space of there's something wrong here, when I accepted all of this, then my body could really start to heal. And it's so beautiful how much it got to heal. It got to heal to such a level that I got to give back to my parents, to my brothers and sisters and cousins and grandparents even, when I was here, doing it from joy. And so, oh, what a story to jump into to get you into this guided meditation. When I was wounded and when I was hurt and broken and doing it for my parents, I was entitled. I was a little bit difficult on myself, difficult on everyone around me. And when I found my true purpose, that difficult personality was still there, also was joy, also was, wow, I like this, also was giving to myself, receiving for myself, witnessing for myself. This is very subtle energy. All healing happens on a subtle energy level. It's really interesting. You know how people will pretend, some teachers or gurus or will pretend to be in better places than they are. They'll say their relationship works better, or their finances, or their health. is better than it actually is. Every time someone does that, they're putting the opinion of others higher than they are their own happiness, their own health, their own wellness. I want to say that another way. Carolyn Myss, who I love, she's an incredible medical intuitive, works with and is so generous in her energy and in her teachings. One of the things she teaches is you're only as sick as your secrets. I had all of these secrets back here. So I was really sick and getting sicker. When I started here, I still had the secrets, right? But I could share those secrets in service and help, to help myself and others. You're only as sick as your secret. And then her other statement that's so powerful, that allows you to be able to heal so beautifully. She said, you can drink all the wheatgrass juice in the world, but if you're lying, if you're in any way out of integrity, you'll never get better. You can drink all the wheatgrass juice in the world, but and the person that we lie to most is ourselves. For most people, there is the biases and rationalization, and that's why it's so important to have a mentor. It's also so important to have someone that you're giving to. When you have a mentor, when you have someone that you're learning from, that you can share authentically with. And it's really important. It's not your fault that it hurts when people judge you. It's not your fault, right? So you have to have a mentor that you feel you love and loves you, that you can authentically share with. And then you've got to have someone that you give to freely. It's a joy for you to give to them. And then, of course, the grace to be able to witness this all. So important. So excited to share these points and these perspectives. The point and the perspective. How do you truly heal? You're able to share and have new thoughts, new ideas come in. You're able to give and share in such a way that it creates, wow, I created a miracle. Anytime you buy for someone else or you put money in someone else's meter, on your body level, on your subtle energy level, you believe in miracles because you just became one for someone else. So simple and so easy, and it's also complex. It's something you have to remind yourself of. It's not your fault. Don't judge yourself. Get really good at telling yourself and others, when it's time, the absolute truth. And to really go into that energy of, wow, to find someone to share your secrets with. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to stop this recording. We'll go into the guided meditation in the next one.